There's 3 practices that I'm going to give you to keep the fight moving in the right direction. There's many, many more, but we're going to focus on these 3 today. The first is, like Job, to make a covenant with your eyes. What I mean is this: if you haven't already decided what you're going to do the moment that temptation arrives, you will make the decision that habit has formed in you already. You have to rehearse the right choice before you ever need to make that choice. Because the mind that fantasizes itself into distortion can rehearse its way towards faithfulness. But for good or for evil, by the time the choice is presented, the decision has already been made. The second practice is to cultivate habits as a means of grace. That means prayer and fasting, worship, communion, Sabbath, Bible reading, these things that we call spiritual disciplines, these habits. Over time, these habits retrain what your heart actually wants. The third practice is authentic and vulnerable community. What I mean by that is not the version of community where you show up on Sunday in your Sunday best clothes and your Sunday best face. When I talk about authentic and vulnerable community, I mean the kind of community that James describes when he says, confess your sins to one another and pray for each other so that you may be healed. Confession of sin is one of the most liberating and most neglected practices in the modern church. There's a motto in recovery that says, you're only as sick as your secrets. You're only as sick as your secrets. Sin loses its grip when it's brought into the light.